Ain't playing with nobody. Step in that ring with him, be prepared. Oh my God!
All day. There you go. That's it. That's it.
There you go.
Wow.
His experience, his toughness, his cardio, he has a lot of heart, and he knows that I'm coming to win, and they're saying that this is the hardest he's ever been training.
In terms of some of that discipline. But, you know, training camp happens, you know, if he's locked in and he's looking to make a show and try and knock this guy out, I wouldn't be surprised either. Does he have the gas? Yeah, even though he's dealing with a bigger guy, you know, it's still, he's been 10, 12 rounds in real fights. Jake hasn't. Jake has shown that he's got tired out in fights.
Jake Paul's confidence is shining as he prepares for his fight with Gervonta Davis. Famous for his bold words and fearless energy, Jake once again shows he's not backing down. His presence near Tank's camp has raised the tension, with both fighters pushing themselves to the edge. As Tank works on his power and speed, everything is building up to an intense and thrilling showdown.
So right now, I just want to see what he brings to us. We just got off a plane. You know, a lot of work yesterday from the interviews and stuff, so I want to see how he react. 2 sparring partners, and rounds is unknown.
All right, y'all. Let's go.
When they watch us in here working, they saying we going bang, 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 bang.
There you go. Good. There you go.
When he get in that ring, he's on a mission. Because he understands that he got to put his pants on, training wheels going. You got what you asked for. Let's get it now.
Jake Paul is training harder than ever, showing unmatched focus and discipline. He says this camp feels different and promises to showcase new skills that fans have never seen before. With sharper combinations and smoother movement, Jake is confident he's ready to surprise the world when he faces Gervonta Davis.
Pick him apart, and people are going to be able to see the skill set that I've been working on in the gym that I haven't been able to showcase in recent fights yet.
For Gervonta Davis, this fight is about much more than money or entertainment. It's personal. Facing Jake Paul, the YouTuber-turned-boxer known for shocking victories, Tank sees this as a test of his legacy. The undefeated champion has gone through a grueling training camp, pushing himself to the limit to avoid any mistakes. His focus and drive show just how much this fight matters to him. Boxing analyst Paulie Malignaggi noted that while Jake's fights aren't fixed, they're often arranged to favor him. He explained that Jake's team usually chooses opponents strategically, but this time, Jake is up against a fighter who thrives under real pressure and competition. Tank understands that one wrong move could go viral, and that thought fuels his determination to prove he's still one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport.
People like knockouts. They don't care if you're knocking out cab drivers. Look at Jake Paul's career.
You can manufacture that though. You can manufacture that though. You can manufacture.
You can't manufacture.
To a degree, you can. To a degree. I mean, you can't. Yeah, Gervonta legitimately can get knockouts. I agree. He can punch, but there's a lot of limited knockout artists though, man.
He's one of the least active punchers in the game with the highest knockout percentage of current heavyweight.
But if he was a real knockout artist,
champions.
If he was a real knockout artist, prop him up against the best of the best. Felix Trinidad was a knockout artist. He was knocking out the best of the best. If you're a real knockout artist, prop him up against the best and show us how he smokes them. But the way
Paulie,
we did when Felix Trinidad was doing it. You know, the way they did when Mike Tyson was doing it in his prime. Okay, say what you want about the Mike Tyson era. He knocked out everyone from 1986 to 1989. Everyone got knocked out. Everyone.
Well, by your standard, you could say that Tyson was to a degree manufactured.
No, because he fought everyone that was there. Everyone that was there at that time fought.
Teddy Ellis will 100% agree with this.
With the expense of
Witherspoon. That were afraid of him.
With the exception of Witherspoon. No, but they all, doesn't matter. He knocked them all out. There was nobody you could say in that era except maybe Witherspoon, who I contracted.
You can say the same thing about?
Who had contract issues with King at the time. Except for Witherspoon, there is nobody Tyson didn't fight in that era. He knocked them all out. You can't say like, oh, but if he would have fought that guy, I don't know. No, with Davis, there's guys right now that have been hanging around for years. Yo, dude, when are you going to fight them? The lightweight division was stacked with talent. Even at 130, it had a lot of talent when he was there. Didn't fight almost any of them. So it's not the same thing as the Tyson era. You want to say anything about Tyson era fights? It wasn't as high level as other.
Teofimo Lopez, another top boxer, shared his take by saying this fight should be seen more as entertainment than a true sporting contest. He believes the weight difference and celebrity aspect make it more of a show meant to grab attention than a match that affects rankings or records. Lopez pointed out that it reflects the modern trend in boxing, where the main goal is to entertain rather than just compete. While some fans agree, others insist that Gervonta's pride won't let him take the fight lightly. Lopez's comment shows how the sport has changed in recent years, as fighters like Jake Paul blur the line between entertainment and real boxing, bringing in millions of new viewers even if traditional fans stay doubtful.
Makes it fun, it makes it entertaining. That's what it's all about, you know. And may the best man win. It's an exhibition, regardless. It doesn't count.
Doesn't count. Yeah. We need to see you and Tank though. It has to happen.
What happened?
It has to happen. You and Tank.
We'll see, man. It's up to the champ. He's the champ, right? He's fighting. He's a celebrity champ.
One of Jake Paul's former sparring partners recently issued a strong warning, saying Jake has never experienced the kind of power Gervonta "Tank" Davis brings to the ring. He explained that while Jake's confidence comes from knocking out MMA fighters, none of them had Tank's elite speed, timing, or precision. He added that Tank's power isn't just raw strength, it's the explosive accuracy behind each punch. Jake might think his size gives him the upper hand, but one clean shot from Tank could change that instantly. The sparring partner's comments echo what many experts already believe. Jake is stepping into dangerous territory against a true knockout artist who performs his best under pressure.
I think honestly, man, like every single time, you know, people said that Jake would get finished or he would lose a fight, he obviously proved everybody wrong. But I genuinely believe this time, I think that, you know, with Gervonta's boxing IQ and him having Jake come down a little bit in weight, I think Gervonta will beat him, honestly. I think Gervonta will hurt him. I think he'll just use IQ. He'll tire him out a little bit. And, you know, I think he'll land. You know, Gervonta knows how to touch his opponents. But it's interesting because when Floyd fought Logan, the size really made a big, you know, impact. And you saw Floyd struggle, you know, against a big, you know, Ohio corn-fed, you know, wrestling strong dude. And, you know, I've sparred Jake and Logan before, and, you know, they train hard.
You're picking Tank by knockout?
Look, I sparred them years ago. They're much better than when I sparred them. They're athletes, you know, they train really hard. I think they work.
Former champion Tim Bradley spoke about the heavy personal and professional pressure Gervonta Davis faces beyond the spotlight. He reminded fans that fighters are real people who deal with emotional and physical fatigue after years of public scrutiny. Bradley expressed concern for Tank, explaining that non-stop criticism from the media and social platforms can wear down a fighter's focus and performance. Still, Tank continues to push forward, turning those challenges into fuel for his training. Bradley believes that if Tank can keep his emotions in check and stay disciplined, his natural skill will easily outshine Jake Paul's lack of experience. His message was clear: while Jake enjoys freedom and fame, Tank carries the weight of expectations from the entire boxing world.
You know what I mean? I was misinformed. You know, you gotta know what somebody's going through, man, or have gone through, and where they've ended up. Now, you have to understand that. You gotta understand their DNA, you know, and we as fans, we fail to realize that. We as commentators and fanboys and all that, like, we all don't do that. We don't do our research. You know, you gotta know about somebody's history. So, like, if you understand where Tank came from, if you understand his background, then you understand how he thinks and why he feels the way he feels. You know, you do. So, I mean, for instance, like, his parents, right? His parents were drug addicts, in and out of the system, in and out of jail. You know, he lived with his grandmother. You know, like, you gotta understand when he started boxing, why he started boxing. Understand that, you know, that what the influence that Calvin has had on his life, and how if their relationship isn't great, how that affects him. And this is not making any excuses, people. This isn't. I'm not making no excuses. I'm just giving you what I think, and I'm giving you the facts surrounding all of this. You know, I remember back in 2012, you know, I'm living right. I'm living civil. I'm taking care of my business. I feel like I'm doing everything right. You know, I'm living right. I'm saying all the right things. You know.
The promotional buildup for this fight has been massive, with non-stop interviews, social media clips, and training videos taking over the internet. But surprisingly, reports suggest that ticket sales aren't meeting expectations. Even with all the hype and attention, many fans seem reluctant to pay high prices. Some critics believe that audiences view the event more as entertainment than a serious matchup, which could explain the slower sales. Still, the promoters are pushing hard, using Jake's star appeal and Gervonta's reputation to keep the spotlight on the fight. The mixed reaction shows the reality of modern boxing. Huge online buzz doesn't always mean packed arenas. Both teams are now counting on pay-per-view and global streaming audiences to make the event a financial success.
Promo is fire. And when this fight first got announced, I told y'all, the promo, when they start promoting it, it is going to be fire. The promo will be better than the fight, right? Because obviously, I don't like the fight. I'm not a fan of the fight. I cannot stand the decision for Tank to go in this direction, although I understand it, right? I understand it because I understand the business behind it. So I get all of that. But the promo is fire. If you go watch it, the way that is shot, the production of it looks very, very top of the line, top shelf, as you would expect from a company as big as Netflix, which is a $530 billion company. So they have the budget, they have the money to make sure their production is A1. Obviously, as a Tank Davis fan, paying attention to him in the promo, the young man looks in good spirits. He looks like he's in a good headspace, and he doesn't look like he's unhappy to be there, which bodes well for the prospects of him continuing his boxing career, I guess, not retiring. And I think that as he gets closer to the fight, as the fight happens, he'll be in this happy place. And I expect for Tank fans, for boxing fans, to get really good news after Tank Davis and Jake Paul share the ring and they do the post-fight press conference. I think that a lot of people will probably be happy with the outcome of what Tank Davis has to say after that fight. But the promo is fire. It's just a trailer. It's up on the Netflix YouTube channel. Go check it out if you haven't already. Really enjoyed watching that promo. Watched it a couple of times. And as I said, I'm paying attention to the press conferences. I'm paying attention to the build-up.
Analysts have often noted Jake Paul's strategy of choosing opponents who bring fame but pose limited risk. His decision to fight Gervonta Davis fits that approach perfectly, guaranteeing attention and headlines while letting him claim he's facing a true champion. During their face-off, many noticed the clear size difference between them. Jake looked much bigger, while Tank, shorter and solidly built, stood with quiet confidence. Commentators called the moment striking and even a bit awkward, as the contrast made Tank appear smaller beside Jake. But boxing fans know that size doesn't equal strength. Many saw Tank's calm look as a warning, a reminder that his power reaches far beyond his weight class.
Guys, your own fucking size. Look at this, John. This is embarrassing. And not to mention, Georgia already said, no, you can't have this fight here. So they moved it somewhere else. Dave, do you know where they moved the fight? Can you look it up? This is embarrassing. Look, he actually put his hands on his knees and he was still the same height, maybe a little bit taller than Gervonta Davis. I mean, I'm all in on Gervonta. I want Gervonta to win this fight. I want him to, I mean, I'm not saying he can knock him out, but I think if he hits him to the body a couple times, John, he may be able to catch him. A lazy jab or something, you know, he might be able to pop him to the body and get him good. I'm hoping. Jake Paul down with a body shot.
Oh, man.
Oh, geez.
Could you imagine?
I would it'd be great.
It's a win right there.
It'd be fucking great.
Miami.
Oh, they moved to Florida. Makes sense. You know, the only place that opened up during COVID makes sense. I mean, what's your thoughts on this fight? I know it's an exhibition. I believe it's 10 rounds.
Look at Gervonta Davis is a hell of a fighter, but he's, you know, and I think that the one thing that Jake Paul is really going to have to try to figure out in this fight is how do I catch this little son of a bitch, because he's fast. And, you know, Gervonta, I would, you know, I'm not telling Gervonta Davis to, you know, cut down and weight like he normally does. Just get in shape. Whatever you weigh, you weigh. Don't try to add weight. There's not enough time for you to add good weight that's not going to make you tighter or anything like that. So just come in at your normal, walk around, good weight. You've been
boxer Bruce Carrington shared his thoughts, saying that fights like Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis bring new energy to boxing. He explained that these crossover matchups attract younger fans, social media audiences, and people who usually don't follow the sport. Carrington acknowledged that traditional boxing fans might not like the entertainment side, but he believes these events provide valuable exposure. He compared it to earlier eras when showmanship was just as important as skill in creating stars. According to him, celebrity fighters help boost mainstream attention, sponsorships, and global interest. In his view, Jake Paul isn't hurting boxing. He's modernizing it for a new generation that experiences sports through highlights, memes, and viral moments.
Gonna put butts in the seat, believe it or not. This is what's gonna, bring a lot of money to the sport. Especially, we have people trying to say boxing is dead, boxing is dying. But, we have a whole demographic of people that don't even watch boxing, interested in boxing. So I like to look at it that way. Like we're making these fantasy dream matchups come to life with Floyd and Tyson, And to be honest, I'm a little biased because Floyd, he is my favorite fighter of all time. And Tyson, he is a guy that basically made me fall in love with boxing. And he's like the icon, the myth, the legend for me. So it was like them two fighting. It's like, yo, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So and then on top of that, it's an exhibition, bro. It's not something to be taken serious. It's something that is for the people to just enjoy and watch. It's an exhibition. It's not like they're making it a sanctioned fight. Now, Jake and Tank, are they making that a sanctioned fight? I think they are.
They're trying to. It's a lot of moving parts right now with that.
Yeah, so I think that's where certain things become an issue because now you're putting it into a serious space. You know what I'm saying? Which it shouldn't be. It's honestly, if it's sanctioned, how the heck they gonna I don't know.
Former world champion Carl Froch raised concerns about the physical mismatch between the two fighters. He warned that the difference in size and power could make the bout unsafe if not closely regulated. Speaking from experience, Froch understands how risky it can be when boxers from different weight classes face each other, especially when one has elite knockout strength. His comments highlight a growing issue in modern boxing, the rise of celebrity matchups that can become dangerous if driven only by promotion. Froch's concern isn't about doubting either fighter's ability, but about ensuring the sport upholds fairness and safety, even in exhibition-style events.
Box, he can have a little fight, he can have a swing. He swings away, stands up straight, and he throws punches, but it's not professional boxing. Because when I watch him box, he does so much wrong. It's just everything's wrong. It's so bad. He's got leaky defense. He telegraphs his punches. Like you put him in with someone his own size. It was a professional. It's a mismatch, and you'll see that if he ends up fighting somebody. Tommy Fury, bless him. He's a pro boxer, but he's inexperienced. He's got no amateur pedigree. He's a raw novice, or maybe just above the raw novice. I was saying earlier, where would I put him in terms of levels? He'd do well to win a British title. He's at that sort of level, and then from British title to world level, it's like different worlds.
Hermel Martin, a rising prospect from Gervonta Davis's camp, confidently predicted that Tank will control the fight from start to finish. He explained that Davis often spars with much bigger fighters, even heavyweights, so Jake's size won't be an issue. Martin highlighted Tank's exceptional ring IQ, saying he's a master at closing distance, timing his shots, and exploiting openings better than almost anyone. While Jake's size might seem intimidating, Martin believes skill and precision always beat raw power. His remarks also reflect the strong confidence within Tank's team, who view this fight as another chance for their champion to silence critics and prove why he's one of boxing's most efficient finishers.
I feel like it's going to be a good fight, entertaining. It's an exhibition, so we're going to see how serious they really take it, but I don't know, they both getting a lot of money, so, congrats to them.
What if you had it, who has the edge in this fight?
I feel like Tank has the edge for sure. He's a real fighter, and got skills, a high IQ fighter. Regardless of the weight, I've personally seen Tank, spar heavyweights, and even me, I spar heavyweights, so the weight's not really too much, for a lot of great fighters, so I feel like Tank gonna get it for sure.
Do you think it kind of be like an advantage because he's like small and like fast? Like someone said that, I'm like, I didn't think about that actually.
Yeah, possibly. You know, he gonna see a lot of Jake Paul's punches coming. You know, he can be able to evade them and then set him up for a big counter.
Wait, but do you think this is gonna be different than the other Jake Paul fights we've seen, like against Mike Tyson and Julio Cesar Chavez? I know a lot of people weren't the happiest with that, but I feel like Tank's gonna give him like a different fight. Do you think so?
I think so. We'll see how he adapts to, because a lot of people think it's hard, you know, for a small guy to be fighting a bigger guy, but it's also hard for a big guy to be fighting a smaller guy. It's a small target, you know.
Everyone, stay updated with the latest boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Glove Lords and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. Don't forget to check out our other videos. Until next time, take care and peace.